Most rabbit owners think trust is obvious. Like if your rabbit lets you pet them once, or takes food from your hand, that means they trust you completely. But rabbits don't think like dogs. A rabbit can sit beside you and still feel terrified of you. Real rabbit trust is quieter than people expect. Tiny, easy to miss. And honestly, some of the biggest signs happen when you stop trying so hard. At first, every sound feels dangerous. A bowl touching the floor, footsteps in the hallway, a chair moving suddenly. Even opening the cage can make them freeze completely. Their ears flatten, their body lowers, their nose starts twitching faster. And the second a hand moves too quickly, they disappear. Straight into the tunnel, under the couch, back into the cage corner. A lot of owners think this means the rabbit hates them. Usually, it just means they still don't feel safe yet. That's the thing about rabbits. They're prey animals. They're prey food. Their brain is constantly asking one question. Am I safe right now? And until the answer becomes yes, trust takes time. One of the first real signs of trust is actually very small. Your rabbit stops running away immediately. Not because they're trapped, because they're starting to realize you might not hurt them. Maybe they still hop backward a little. Maybe their ears stay halfway alert. But now, they pause first. And that pause matters, because curiosity is finally starting to beat fear. You start noticing tiny changes. Your rabbit sits closer to the edge of the cage. They eat while you're still in the room. They stop waiting for you to leave before touching their food bowl. Sometimes they even stretch their neck toward your hand before pulling back again. And honestly, that hesitation is huge progress, because a scared rabbit avoids you completely. A curious rabbit is already beginning to trust you. Then something else starts happening. Their real personality slowly comes back. This is something a lot of owners miss. A stressed rabbit hides who they are. But once they start feeling safer, normal rabbit behavior starts appearing again. Digging blankets, chewing cardboard, throwing toys around, zooming through tunnels, random bursts of energy across the carpet, tiny paw taps in the middle of the night. Sometimes the bad behavior is actually a good sign, because comfortable rabbits finally act like rabbits again. And you'll notice something else too. They recover faster after getting scared. At first, one loud sound might make them hide for an hour, but later, they peek back out after only a few minutes. That's trust too, not the absence of fear. Recovering from fear faster, because they believe they're safe. Then, eventually, they start coming back to you on purpose. Not just for food, not because they're trapped, but because your presence itself starts feeling safe. And that changes everything. One day you open the cage, and instead of hiding, they run toward you. Not dramatically, just tiny, excited paw taps across the carpet. And if you've ever had a rabbit do that, you know how emotional it feels. Because rabbits don't fake trust. Every tiny step is earned. Then comes one of the biggest moments of all, the first time they willingly accept affection. At first, most rabbits hate being touched unexpectedly, especially from above. But eventually, they lower their head slightly. They stay still. Their body relaxes. And suddenly you realize they're letting you pet them without fear. Sometimes they even ask for more. A tiny nose nudge, a small push against your hand. That's rabbit language for again. And then comes one of the clearest trust signs you'll ever see, the flop, especially the dramatic ones, when they suddenly throw themselves onto their side, like they just collapsed. The first time it happens, most owners panic, but a rabbit only flops when they feel deeply relaxed. Their body stretches out, their ears loosen, their breathing slows down. That rabbit feels safe enough to completely let their guard down near you. And honestly, that's a huge emotional moment because prey animals don't relax carelessly. They relax when they truly believe nothing bad is about to happen. Another huge sign is grooming. If your rabbit cleans themselves beside you instead of hiding somewhere private, that's trust. A rabbit won't casually groom where they feel unsafe. You'll notice tiny paws rubbing their face, little ear cleaning motions, slow, relaxed movements. It means they're no longer focused on survival. They're comfortable enough to relax naturally beside you. And then comes the moment almost every rabbit owner remembers forever, the first lick. Usually it happens randomly. Your hand is resting on the floor, and suddenly, one tiny lick. Then they stop and stare at you, like nothing happened. But for rabbit owners, that moment feels huge, because grooming is affection to rabbits. It's one of the closest things rabbits have to saying, "You're part of my safe space now." You'll also notice your rabbit following you sometimes. Not constantly, not like a dog, just quietly. Tiny paw taps behind you in the hallway, waiting near the kitchen while you prepare food, sitting beside your feet while you do absolutely nothing interesting. That's trust too, because rabbits don't stay near things that make them nervous. And honestly, one of the biggest mistakes owners make is trying too hard. Most rabbits trust people faster when people stop forcing interaction. Sitting on the floor helps. Staying still helps. Letting them approach first helps. Not picking them up constantly helps a lot. Rabbits usually build trust through repeated calm moments, not through bonding sessions. The truth is, rabbit trust doesn't happen all at once. It happens in tiny, invisible moments. A rabbit eating beside you. A rabbit not running away immediately. A rabbit choosing the carpet beside your leg instead of the cage corner. A nose nudge, a flop, a lick. A quiet little rabbit deciding, "You make me feel safe."